my gosh, I'm so excited to go to Columbia this year.
Me too.
Columbia, we got teen camps,
Yeah.
foster teen camps, boys, girls.
No, all of the stuff. I haven't funded. I have no money, but I believe that it will come when I start.
Hey man, we'll definitely find ways. There's
Yeah.
so many ways to fundraise.
Yeah. I could sell chips.
You could. Yeah, aren't these really good?
They are really good.
Okay, they're okay. Actually, I feel like I know of a way to make them better. That would
Okay.
make them even like sell better.
I mean, they're a 9 out of 10, so I'll do anything for a 10 out of 10.
I mean, it's just a little spicy. It's just a little hot. I got
Ooh.
it yesterday.
Okay, I can do a little spice.
A little spice. It's the fire sauce, and don't be intimidated by it. Like just put a couple.
Yeah. I'll just.
So what you're gonna do
Actually, let me get a good.
is just put a little bit on it. All you need is just like the tiniest drop. And that's all you need.
Okay.
And that's gonna make easy to see. There's a drop right there.
Yeah, I see it. It's very, very
it's-
small. I'm
You just need
kind
a
of.
tiny amount, and then.
Thank you for that example. I'm just gonna. As great as that was,
So good.
I feel like you can't really taste
My
it.
mouth is on fire right now, but it makes it so much
There's
better.
no way.
Oh!
Okay, let me try it.
That's a lot. Dodge it! That's so much!
I don't even.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I don't know what to do.
Uh,
I don't know what to do. You don't know.
I can't. I don't know what to do. I can't breathe.
breathe,
Hello?
breathe,
Am I
breathe.
okay? I don't have a will. I gotta call my mom. I gotta call my grandma. I'm gonna die. Do I need more of this or less of this? What would help? I don't know.
I don't know what to do. He's freaking out. What do you said?
It's hot. It's hot.
Hi. No,
Ah.
it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
What do you mean it's not your fault? What do you mean? You're the one who gave this to me.
Perfect, amazing. Do we have milk? No milk on the premise. Not a drop of milk on the premise.
I don't know what to do. I should dance it out.
This hot sauce without buying milk. That was on me. That was.
I think someone needs to check on Devontae. I think he just melted his face off. I'm not quite sure. We'll keep you updated. I think you'll learn the hard way that a little bit of hot sauce goes a long way. And just like a little bit of hot sauce that goes a long way, the same is true when it comes to what we give to missions. We're in our 3rd week of our mission series, and by now, you may realize that not all of us are going to be missionaries or go on mission trips. But all of us have the opportunity to help out our missionaries by donating money to them. Even if we can only give a little bit, that little bit that we can give goes a long way, especially when a lot of people are able to do the same thing. Today, we're going to look at one of the first missionaries in the New Testament and talk a little bit about the church that supported him. As we go through this lesson, pray and ask God what you can give to a missionary to spread the good news in different parts of the world. Well, now that we're done with that, let's go check on Devontae with our What's Up.
What's up, you guys? I am on the road to recovery with my tongue, with my mouth, with my stomach, with everything along the lines of that because, as you know, Monique was trying to give me death by spice. So, and you know who else gives? The Lord. Not death by spice. You know who else can give? We can give. But we don't want to give death by spice like Monique. We want to give to the Lord. Just anything. That is good. That is what our What's Up is. It's I will give to the Lord. So I'll say it again. I will give to the Lord. That's Lord in sign language. All right, we're gonna have a competition. Who can say it the loudest? Boys, stand up. I'll give you 3 seconds to stand. Then you're gonna repeat after me. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. I will give to the Lord. Great job, boys. Let's do it again. One more time. Let's do it even louder. Do it even louder than you did last time. 3, 2, 1. I will give to the Lord. Great job, boys. Take a seat. Ladies, stand on up. I'll give you 3 seconds to stand, and then you're gonna repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. I will Give to the Lord. Great job, ladies. I'll give you one more chance to do it even louder than before. 3, 2, 1. I will give to the Lord. Great job, ladies. Let's all do it together. One last time. Oh my goodness, my stomach, sorry. I almost just threw up. Okay, ready? Everybody together on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. I will give to the Lord. Great job, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our What's Up. Remember to pray for your boy, because you know.
Power verse! Woo! All right, we're here standing strong, nice and tall.
Yeah.
Which you guys will be standing soon, but before let's get into that, we're gonna go over our power verse, and it's the same one as the last 2 weeks, and we're going over it. It's the same one, and it's still just as powerful as it was the last time, where we're talking about being sent out to spread the gospel and spread the good news of the Lord. So, it's an important verse, so let's get into it. We've already gone over it a couple of times, so let's just hop right in. Stand up.
Yep.
On your feet.
Come on.
On your feet. Stand up, stand up. So many great standing people with the smiles too. That looks amazing.
Ooh,
looks great.
nice.
Yeah, look amazing. All right. So now repeat after me with Miss Danielle. Then I heard the voice
Then I heard the voice
of the Lord saying,
of the Lord saying,
whom shall I send?
whom shall I send?
And who will go for us?
And who will go for us?
And I said,
And I said,
here I am.
here I am,
Send me.
send me.
Good job. Good job. Okay. The response in this verse where it says, here I am, send me, you're kind of going out. You're kind of going out on a mission.
Yeah, you're
so
like,
we're gonna
walking.
march. We're gonna march with this one. We're gonna march out with like some authority. We're marching with
Yeah.
authority with this one as we say it.
That's
So you guys ready? We're gonna do it again, one more time, while marching this time. All right, so repeat after me with Miss Danielle. Then I heard the voice of the Lord,
Then I heard the voice of the Lord,
saying, whom shall I send?
saying, whom shall I send?
And who will go for us?
And who will go for us?
And I said,
And I said,
here I am,
here I am,
send me.
send me.
Isaiah 6:8.
Isaiah 6:8.
Woo! Good job, good job.
Nice.
All right, and that was our power verse.
Books of the Bible, Philippians. So part of God's story is a book in the Bible called Philippians, and it goes like this. The Bible is made up of all kinds of stories, poems, and letters, and it's all about God. The Bible has 2 parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Philippians is in the New Testament, right after Ephesians, but before Colossians. Philippians is a really short book because really it's a letter, written by a man named Paul to a church, or a group of people who follow Jesus, in a city called Philippi. Even though it was written to the Philippians a long time ago, Paul's letter can still help us today. Paul was in jail when he wrote the letter, but instead of feeling sorry for himself, Paul said he felt joy. That might have confused the Philippians. In Philippi, most people thought they could feel peace and joy only when they had everything they wanted, like power, freedom, and possessions. But Paul reminded them how Jesus acted and said they should follow Jesus' example by being humble. This is how Paul put it. He said, value others more than yourselves. None of you should look out just for your own good. Each of you should also look out for the good of others. This was different from the way people outside the church lived. Most of them were trying to look out just for themselves, but Paul said it was better to try to be like Jesus. Jesus was equal with God, but when he became a man and lived on earth, he gave up his power and cared for the people around him. Jesus was obedient, like a servant, and even died on a cross. And because of his humility, God lifted him up to the highest place. God gave him the name that is above every name. Paul said, I consider everything to be nothing compared to knowing Christ Jesus my Lord. To know him is worth much more than anything else. Paul knew the best way to get to know Jesus was to follow what Jesus taught about loving God and loving your neighbor as yourself. That's how to find true joy and peace. So Paul said, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice, even when things aren't going right. Paul said, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace. Then we can see the good in the world and in every person we meet. Paul knew this from his own life. He said, "I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do all things through Christ, who gives me strength." In other words, all the good things in our lives, contentment, peace, joy, strength, and humility, all that comes from knowing and living like Jesus. And that's a little about the letter to the Philippians. So in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Paul wrote Philippians. It's in the New Testament. Sometimes Paul's life was really hard, but he still felt joy. We can be humble like Jesus. We can have joy and peace no matter what. We can do all things through Jesus, who gives us strength. And that's a part of God's story.
Okay, you ready for the Bible story? Let's jump in with Philippians 4, verses 14 through 18. This is Paul writing. "Yet it was good of you to share in my troubles. Moreover, as you Philippians know, in the early days of my acquaintance with the gospel, when I set out from Macedonia, that there was no church that shared with me in the matter of giving and receiving, except you only. For even when I went to Thessalonica, you sent me, and more than once when I was in need. Not that I desire your gifts. What I desire is that more be credited to your account. I received full payment and have more than enough. I am amply supplied now that I have received from Epaphroditus the gift you sent. They are fragrant offerings, an acceptable sacrifice, pleasing to God." And this is all from Paul, writing to them as part of his letter in thanksgiving and gratitude.
Paul and the Church of Philippi. The Church of Philippi was the first Christian church in Europe, planted by Paul and his second missionary journey around AD 50 to 51. The first converts of the church were Gentiles, not Jews, and the congregation developed into a primarily Gentile following. Women also played an essential role in the life of the Church of Philippi, or at Philippi. After Paul had established the church in Philippi, he was called by God in a vision to go to Macedonia. During the night, Paul had a vision of a man from Macedonia standing and begging him, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." After Paul saw the vision, he got ready at once to leave for Macedonia, concluding that God had called him to preach the gospel to them. And that's Acts 16, 8 through 10. Paul traveled to Philippi according to Silas, Timothy, and Luke.
Paul was called by God to go to Macedonia and tell others about Jesus. Once Paul felt God leading him in the direction, he immediately got ready and headed in that direction. But in order to make the trip happen, he would need funding. Travel, food, accommodations, all of this is necessary and not cheap. And without a full-time job affording them, this was going to be quite a challenge. Now, this is where the Church of Philippi stepped up to help Paul out. They generously gave so that he could fulfill the call that God gave him. In Philippians 4:15, it says that Paul had said that the Church of Philippi were the only people that donated money to him. The resources that the Church of Philippi directly translated into people finding out who Jesus was and the plan that he has for their lives.
We can help too. Not everyone will be able to go on a missionary journey like Paul, but everyone does have the opportunity to help a missionary out. One of the first ways that we can help a missionary out is by praying for them. James 5:16 tells us that the prayer of a righteous person has great power as it is working. Praying for someone is one of the most powerful and helpful things that we can do for a person. So whenever the thought of missions or a missionary comes to mind, spend some time in prayer for that person or situation. Along with prayer, another great way that we can help missionaries is by generously giving funds to them. Paul's journey to Macedonia was founded by another group of Christians. Their generous gifts allowed Paul to do the work of the Lord. And when we generously give to missionaries, our funds can help them do the work that God has called them to do.
all of us have the opportunity to partner with missionaries around the world through prayer and generous giving. So I want to challenge you in 2 ways. The first challenge is in the area of prayer. I'm challenging you to spend a minimum, as in the baseline, of 3 minutes a day praying for a missionary. If you don't know any missionaries, then please pray for my friends Stephen and Christy Lupu, who are our missionaries. And second, I want to challenge you to give towards missions. If you aren't a member of a church that donates to missions, then please look up BGMC, Boys and Girls Missionary Challenge, and make a donation that way. And because that's what we do here at Brightmoor Kids every single Sunday. It's an organization that engages and teaches and disciples really young generations like you in God's mission to reach the lost. No donations are too small, and the money you give directly goes to help missionaries in other countries. And we do it here as well. We pray for missionaries. We have missionaries cards. Like I said, I have friends that are missionaries. But not only that, we also give to BGMC, and we've been doing it for years. So we'd love for you to partner with us.
Welcome to Rewind Review. We have a thrilling matchup today between Devontae and Josh. Oh, hey, that was a dramatic dab.
Go back to 2016.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Let's just hop into it. Question number 1. Who was the missionary we learned about today?
Paul.
I'll give it to Devontae, but I think Josh answered it first. We'll rewind it. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. Question number 2. Where did Paul go after he left Philippi?
Come on, big shot.
Damascus.
No.
I'm just kidding.
You want to give a guess?
Chipotle.
No, I'll give you guys a hint. It rhymes with Macedonia.
Macedonia.
He didn't buzz.
You didn't
I
buzz.
buzzed it earlier.
You didn't buzz.
It's implied.
You didn't buzz. I gotta give that one to Josh. We got a tie score 1-1. Question number 3. How did the Church of Philippi help Paul?
With the money.
Yeah,
They
correct.
sent the
They
money.
gave to him. Question number 4. How many other churches gave to Paul?
None.
Well, Devontae's
None.
hand was under the buzzer.
Correct.
2-2. This is coming down to the wire. Question number 5. What are 2 ways that we can help missionaries out?
Two ways that we
didn't
can help
finish
missionaries out.
You did not finish reading the question.
Finished it.
I heard the end. 2 ways that we can help missionaries out. One is
Pray.
and the other is with our funds.
Hey, Gibby, okay, you know
Gibby.
what? Correct. Yep. I'll accept those answers. 3-2. Devontae's up. Question number 6. Josh, you needed a tie up. What does James 5:16 say about the prayers of a righteous person?
They have power and it's working.
Yeah, correct. Powerful. Now we are down to the last question of the day. We couldn't have scripted this any better.
Interesting.
We didn't. This
This
is
call
all
this the last
organic.
question.
This is natural. So we're gonna find out who the real champion is with question number 7. What does BGMC stand for?
Boys and Girls Ministry Challenge.
Missionary.
Okay, well, Devontae, I would have given you a job, but I don't know what you were saying at the end. So today's champion is Josh, and he hits the gritty, Josh Kieran. Thank you so much for watching. How'd you guys do at home? Let us know.
That is all we have for you. That is our lesson. I hope you guys learned a lot, talked about, giving and all the things. Join in next time, and we will see you later. Also, Monique, allegedly, she didn't mean to poison my stomach, so it was not attempted murder. All right, see you next week.